When I read Exodus 15 verse 8, I sat down confused. The Bible said, Moses cried to the Lord, what do we do? And God said, go forward. God says, stretch thy rod and divide the Red Sea. But when you come to Exodus 15 verse 8, the Bible says, with a blast of his nostrils. Now, you blast your nostrils, what will happen? A scatter that will come out. But when God blasts his nostrils, a sea will divide. See, that's why most of us, we are mistaking God to be us. So when God is talking, we are interacting with him from our realm. That's why God can tell you the cancer is gone. You are looking at the size. Because you are operating with him from your realm. Don't reduce God to your realm, brothers. Don't reduce God to your realm, sisters. When God says you are blessed, you are checking for your whole family. Those who look like they are blessed, they bought a car. Who is talking car? A blessing is not a car. A blessing is the power to cause anything you touch to prosper. A car is a byproduct. A car is not a blessing, it's a byproduct. When God says you are blessed, even what people were doing and failing, when you start, it will work. Because blessing is power to prosper. That's what he's telling you. That's what the patriarchs knew. A man can look at his son and say, I bless you with the dew of heaven. What do you mean by that? Do you control weather? A man looks at his son and tells his son, I bless you with corn and wine. Are you an agriculturist? Where is your farm? He knows how God works. That when he talks, everything aligns. When he talks, everything obeys. Because when you blast your nose, nothing happens. But when God blasts, a Red Sea can part. If you know this thing about God, when God begins to talk, you see the big picture. Most times the reason we receive nothing is because when God is talking, we are seeing the small picture. The last fasting we just completed, 30 days. Some days I'm so busy and I'm about to come on set. I rush into the studio by 5 and I'm telling myself I'm tired. And many people are expecting a miracle. What do? And I go to God. Father, today, please let some people be healed. The other time God told me, when I said fast for 30 days, all the healings that would take place were already released. It's not this prayer. When I said it, all the breakthroughs were involved. When I said it, all the healings were involved. When I said it, all the miracles. I said, what? That means when I'm praying, I'm not praying to make it happen. I'm praying to become aware. I'm praying to become sure. I'm praying to be able to believe. I said, Lord, it is settled. I now go onto the set like a cherub. So when I'm talking, I said, today, this will happen. This will happen. It's because of what I now know. I now know something. And we saw growth dematerialize. We saw monies. The other day I told them one woman gave a testimony. I don't know if it was read. I was talking to them on the, I think 17th or 18th day. I said, before this month is over, you will conceive. You have been struggling with secondary infertility. And the woman testified on the 29th that she conceived. She went to do a pregnancy test and discovered she was pregnant. Why will you have that kind of audacity? Because God told me all the healings have already been released. All the miracles have already been released. When I said fast for 30 days, I'm not saying leave food. I'm actually saying step into another dimension. And so I knew that there was a shift. If God talks, see the bigger picture. That's what will take you from where you are to where you should be. Many don't understand the protocol of understanding for the supernatural life. Did you not read about Elijah? Elisha said, I see what looks like the feast of a man. Elijah interpreted this as abundance of rain. What makes what looks like the feast of a man an abundance of rain? Because the man knows how God works. Any sign you see is bigger than your realm. Is bigger than your realm. And so when you begin to see the testimonies, you now understand God better. Most of us don't know how God operates. That's why we think God is a doctor. And when God tells you your heart is in order, you are hoping that God will follow the same protocol that a doctor follows. He's not a doctor. He is greater than a doctor. When God tells you you are blessed, you will prosper, you want him to be reduced to the textbook that you studied in Harvard. God is not an economist. He is greater than an economist. When he speaks, heaven and earth can pass away. His realm and your realm is both controlled by him.